So we'll try this again since my first attempt at this video review, we had a corrupt file. So as I was saying, how cool is it, like an early part of a new year, when you get to review something from one of your favorite bands, well, maybe not absolute favorite bands, but a favorite band who haven't done anything in close to 10 years. So that's the case today. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Thanks for joining us on this review of the brand new release from Pentagram, Lightning in a Bottle. So, of course, Pentagram, legendary U.S. doom band from the Washington, D.C. area. I believe they're from Alexandria, Virginia. It's where they originated from. This is their first album on Heavy Psych Sounds Records, called Lightning in a Bottle. They just signed a new contract with the label, and they've also been reissuing a lot of their back catalog. Much of it been out of print for a while, now on Heavy Psych Sounds Records, so you can go and get all the ones maybe that are missing from your collection. I actually got one of them that I was missing. Picked that up with this. Very, very cool. So let's take a look at the digipack here. Kind of cool psychedelic artwork. If you're not familiar with Pentagram, like I said, they are one of the longest standing doom bands here in the States. Probably the original American doom band. Of course, they formed in like 1971, 72. Followed in the footsteps of Black Sabbath, also influenced by bands like Steppenwolf and Blue Cheer, maybe even Sir Lord Baltimore and some of those kind of underground heavy bands at the time, but certainly Black Sabbath. Didn't release any albums throughout the 70s, although recorded lots of songs here and there. You can get the First Days Here 1 and 2 compilations from Relapse Records. Collects all of their kind of recorded work prior to them actually releasing their first album. And they actually burst on the scene with their first record, 1985, so well over a decade after they formed, with self-titled Pentagram album, later renamed Relentless with a later reissue. They followed up Pentagram with Day of Reckoning in 87, Before Warn 94, Review Your Choices 99, Sub-Basement 2001, Show 'Em How 2004, that's the one I just picked up. Last Rites in 2011, that was on Metal Blade Records. Curious Volume 2015, which is their most recent one. And now here we are 10 years later with Lightning in a Bottle. So let's talk about who is in the band. Of course, Bobby Liebling on vocals, founding member of the band. Guy who still sounds pretty good considering all he's been through. Bobby has had his share of problems over the years. He's probably lucky that he's alive. You know, many, many years battling serious drug addiction. He's had problems with the law. He's spent time in jail and whatnot, as issue with family members, and yeah, just crazy stuff. And this band has just been plagued with like so many lineup changes and stop-starts throughout their career. Never really got the big boost that they were looking for. But, you know, no matter who's in the band, it always still sounds like Pentagram. You got Bobby's very unique vocal style. It's like, you know, they're from the D.C. area. Not a lot of the D.C. area people have heavy Southern accents, but he's got that kind of like Southerny drawl. And it's very unique. It fits the music just fine. So I always liked his voice. He's not like a classic metal singer by any means, but he's got, like I said, a very unique style to his sound that I think works really well. So Bobby Liebling on vocals. You got Tony Seed on guitars, who also produced the album. You got Henry Vasquez on drums. And by the way, Tony from Moss Generator. And Tony Vasquez on drums, of course, from St. Vitus. Also in this new band called the Legion of Doom, which is an offshoot band of The Skull, which was an offshoot band of Trouble. Just so you know that history there. Don't mean to get off track here, but Eric Wagner, lead singer of Trouble, left that band to go form The Skull. They did, 2 albums then. He passed away. The guys in The Skull decided not to continue on as The Skull, but they continued on as the Legion of Doom, and their latest album is called Skull 3, right? So anyway, so Henry comes over from there, and then we got Scooter Haslip on bass, also from Moss Generator. So known guys on the kind of like Doom scene, so to speak, right? So, but yeah. And like I said, Tony reproduced. So what do we have on this album? We've got 11 tracks on the record. And then if you buy the CD, I'm not sure if on the vinyl it's the same thing, but if you buy the physical copy, you get 3 bonus tracks. So you get 2 additional new songs and then a pre-edit rough mix of one of the tracks from the regular album. So kind of cool. Nice bang for your buck on there. So right off the bat, this album just starts off with a bang. You got Live Again, killer song. Again, all the trademark Pentagram things are there. The big riffs, Bobby's vocals, the pounding drums, the groovy vibe, that kind of biker mentality. It's all here. In the Panic Room is another killer one. The first three tracks are so good. And then I Spoke to Death. Really great. All three of them just so good. If you love Pentagram, you'll love this stuff. Next track is called Dull Pain, another really good song. One thing I do want to mention, there's a lot of variety on this album. So I went out and read like a bunch of reviews and watched some reviews of people talking about this. Most people are pretty positive about this album, but there are some people that are like, it's not start to finish doomy enough. That may be true. There's plenty of doom on here, but there's lots of variety on here. Like I said, there's some cool, like psychedelic heavy rock on here. There's some definite biker rock, biker metal on here. There's some more straightforward kind of metal stuff. There's doom. There's bluesy heavy rock. A little bit of everything. And one thing too, there's a little bit of like stoner rock, stoner metal on this album, which from the last album, they had a bit of that in the last album. But I get like some Clutch things going on with this album. Specific, like Dull Pain, I start to hear it a little bit. Not only is Bobby sounding a little bit like Neil, but the groove of the band, it's still heavy, but it's like, it reminds me of Clutch in spots, just on a couple tracks. Next up is one of my recommended songs on here. It's called Lady Heroin. It's kind of a longer piece. It's slow, it's doomy, it's ominous, kind of chilling. There's this middle psychedelic section. To me, Lady Heroin is kind of like the second cousin to Black Sabbath's Planet Caravan. So if you like that kind of hazy, doomy, psychedelic vibe, Lady Heroin is for you. Lyrically, it's all about, obviously drug addiction. I'm sure this is Bobby telling his story. His vocals are very haunting on it. Great song. It's still pretty heavy and weighty. Really like that. I'll Certainly See You in Hell. Good track. Thundercrest. Beefy, kick-ass, kicked-up doom song. Really like that one a lot. That's another really, really recommended one. Solve the Puzzle, also a really cool tune. Great riffing on this album. We don't have Victor in the band anymore, playing the big riffs and the sizzling solos, and he's a giant in doom history. But man, I think that what's his name again? Tony does a great job. It's like no matter who's in this band, they always deliver the big riffs. It's great. Then you got Spread Your Wings and Lightning in a Bottle up next. Those are pretty good. Again, kind of Clutch, biker rock, stoner rock, hard rock type of things. They're really good. And then easily my favorite song on the album is the last track, which is called Walk the Sociopath. Slow, massive, mountainous doom riffs. Haunting vocal delivery from Bobby. Just an absolutely crushing doom track. Easily my favorite on here. It's like they saved the best for last. But if you get the CD, there's more that comes after it. So good. And then on the bonus tracks, you got Start the End, which is a pretty good track. Getting good, a little bit more up-tempo type of a heavy rock type of thing. And then one of the kind of coolest and most different songs in this whole CD is Might Just Wanna Be Your Fool. Which to me, it's groovy. It's almost, dare I say, funky, hard rock. Reminds me of if you take the Hammond organ out of like Deep Purple, Burn, Stormbringer, and Come Taste the Band and put Bobby Liebling in there instead of Coverdale and Hughes. That's what it reminds me of. It's really cool. The guitar licks are really good. I love it. I think it's great. Very different. And then you get like I mentioned, a pre-edit rough mix of Lady Heroin at the back end of that. So really, when you think about it, you get the 11 tracks plus the 2 more on the CD, 13 songs. Pretty damn good. I really dig this a lot. I'm going to give this it's between a 4 and a 4.5 out of 5. I'm somewhere between like a 4.25, something like that. I normally don't do those kind of scores, but it's really good. It's definitely over a 4. I think maybe in time this might be sitting at a 4.5 or something, but really, really good. Maybe not quite as like amazing as some of the great Pentagram records. They got 9 albums, right? There's easily 3, 4, 5 drop-dead classics in the catalog, but it's right up there or right behind there. I think I like it better than the last album. Although maybe not as much as the Metal Blade release, but it's It's up there. So yeah, check it out. I got the link down below to the Bandcamp page for you to go check it out and listen. And again, sorry for the hiccup on the last video upload. Again, something was wrong with the video file. It was corrupt. There was some kind of audio issue going on or whatnot. So, but yeah. Hopefully this one works good. So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options all down below. Thanks in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. Stay tuned for Rich Catino and I in a little while. The next episode of a new wave of traditional heavy metal primer, episode 8 coming at you. 5 new bands that you'll want to check out. All you classic metal fans are going to love it. Support these new bands playing classic metal. That's why we do this show. It's all about the bands and getting you guys new music. So stay tuned for that in just a little bit. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.